What is up, peoples? So I just wanted to go ahead and drop in before the video starts and introduce y'all to my channel and what we do over here, because chances are you probably know or don't, I haven't made a video since I was a little ass kid. But me and the homies, we usually playing co-op slop or other funny games, but when I'm by myself, chances are I'm supplying my gambling addiction with the plethora of gacha games I have in my arsenal, or playing some kind of RPG. But I hope y'all enjoy the video, because I'm probably gonna have to put a lot of work in for this, so yeah, you better like it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the video. Hey, what's up, Soul Reapers and Quincy Hunters? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to tap the bell for some new awesome tips and guides. Trust me, your future self will thank you. But today we're gonna go ahead and talk about the best tips for new players in Bleach Soul Resonance. So if you just started and you feel like you got hit by a busload of information, don't worry, I've got your back, and we're gonna go ahead and break it down together. So hopefully you'll go ahead and understand things a little bit better. Things like the stamp system, the tutorials, rotations, just things like that, what you should be using your stamina on every day. So let's go ahead and get started, should we? All right, guys, so we went ahead and loaded into the game, and tip number one, please do not skip your tutorials. I know you just want to go ahead and jump in, start swinging that Zombok tool around, but trust me, those tutorials are actually some of the most helpful tutorials in any gacha game, because they actually explain the characters' skills pretty well. There's a lot of gacha games where they just throw you in and don't really show you anything. So to get to those, you can probably get to them through the story they show you there, or you can go here to the character trial. Now, they don't have the standard ones up anymore here, but you can do Toshiro's, Momo's, and Rukia's, and we're gonna go ahead and go through it for you today too. Also, if you need to go do the standard characters, you should be able to get through them through here. Like chapter 5, you have Tozen's trial stage, so you can actually go and go get a feel for the characters, see if you like them or not, see if they fit your playstyle or not. And let's go ahead and hop in and do Toshiro's real quick. Let me connect my controller. The game did also add gamepad support, boys. Oh, we got some error compensations. Error with the Cycles Cooperative Campaign leaderboard. Okay. They are very helpful with their compensation. But let's go ahead and go do that real quick. Here, character trial. We're gonna go and explain Toshiro's a little bit. So, as you can see, it's going to go ahead and explain their kits a little bit better. Make sure you go ahead and read these just so don't glimpse by it, you know. Toshiro's technique deals damage while creating ice pillars ahead. When the ice pillars explode, they deal extra damage. If Toshiro stops after releasing his technique, he charges up briefly until his body glows. Tap the basic attack button to launch the 5th basic attack and instantly detonate the ice pillars. So, my bad. I'm used to other controls right now. So he's going to set up these ice pillars right there. Hold up. You also have to use the technique too. So when you do that, and then there you go, 5th basic attack. That should, okay, hold up. There you go. Sorry, I'm a little slow too, chat. Enhanced technique and the Tenso Jurin. Toshiro accumulates spiritual pressure when releasing his basic attacks and techniques. Releasing the technique at max spiritual pressure deals more damage and enhances his next consecutive basic attacks, guiding the ice dragon to attack the enemy. So basically, you're gonna hit max spiritual. Can you lock on? Thank you. So you're gonna use Tenso Jurin. Get him up there. And you just basically spam your basic attacks with him. So y'all can get a feel for what the character is gonna do, you know. Bankai and Ice Edge mechanics. After releasing an ultimate, Toshiro enters Bankai state. During this time, each basic attack grants 1 stack of his Ice Edge, which is that those crystals, you know, those little crystals that fill up while you're doing his attacks. At 5 stacks of Ice Edge, releasing a technique sends Toshiro running at the enemy with a powerful slash. Toshiro is invisible during the attack, and you can top counter to launch a counter attack. So we're gonna go in alt. Show you this a little bit. While in the Bankai state, releasing basic attacks grants the Ice Edge. See how it does that? Then you can hit Y and then counterattack and then run at him again. It's pretty simple. Toshiro can accumulate his ice blossoms through certain attacks of both his Shikai and Bankai state and use them to increase the damage of the second strike of his ultimate Hyoten Hyexo. However you pronounce that. So he's going to be in his Bankai state and you're just basically trying to max this out. It's going to fill up just by hitting those, you know. Yep, now we got the 8 stacks of Ice Blossom. And then when he releases the ultimate Hyoten Hyexo, all Ice Blossoms will be consumed, each increasing damage by 6%. So the more Ice Blossoms you have, the higher damage it'll do. His Bankai state ends after the attack finishes. So let's go ahead and get those up real quick. Do this. Do that. And then you can probably hit the ult right there. Do some big damage. And now it just wants you to go ahead and use what you learn. Go ahead and clear it all. And that's really about it. Let's go ahead and clear these guys out real quick. So if you really don't know how to use a character or you feel like you're not playing them optimally, go ahead and run their trial. Go ahead and learn what their kit does. You know, get a hands-on feeling with them. Chances are you can probably do a lot better with them if you don't know exactly what you're doing. Obviously. So now we hit that. Hit that. Bam. Big damage. Victory! So yeah, that's gonna be tip number 1. So hopefully that helped y'all out a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and be right back with tip number 2. All right, boys. So tip number 2: focus on one character at first. So pick one character to focus on early. You might want to collect all the cool characters right away, but the best approach is to focus on one character, level them up, get them stronger, because if you spread yourself too thin, you'll just end up with a lot of underlevel characters and no real powerhouse. For example, let me go here, right? Let me go to my characters. So as you can see, I didn't really put a lot of resources into these other characters because it doesn't give you a whole lot at first. The only 2 real people I focused on with doing their stamps, getting their skills up all the way, other than him so far, are my DPSs. And those are probably who you're going to want to focus on the most at first. Go ahead and get their weapon stamp, go ahead and get their character stamp, or their core stamp. Because if you just focus on every single character that's going to be coming out, like, you're not going to be able to really clear this content without focusing on just one character and hyper carrying them with supports and tactical units. So say for example, if I leveled up my Bankai Ichigo, my Toshiro, say I leveled up my Tozen all the way, and my Renji, I wouldn't have been able to get my Bankai Ichigo and my Toshiro up this high. I have them at so far my highest power level is 28.5k, real close, and that's with the weapon stamp, the core stamp, and also this godly piece that I rolled yesterday. So that's gonna be my tip number 2. Just go ahead and try and focus on your DPSs. Don't really go too crazy on everybody else. Let me go ahead and throw another example out there. So say if you want to build up Momo, right? You got Toshiro and you don't have Kisuke, or you're trying to use Kisuke on Bankai Ichigo's team. You can actually get Momo up to around level 30 to 40. Focus on her counter only, because that's really all she needs. Get her passive, you know. And for stamps, really the only things that you could leave the stamps at level 1, other than like an ultimate recharge rate stamp, and she will do perfectly fine for your team for what she needs to do. You don't have to pour a whole lot of materials into some of these characters like you do the DPSs. So that's gonna be tip number 2. Hopefully that helps y'all out a little bit more, trying to figure out where you should pour your resources in at first, because the game did just start. And yeah, don't stretch your resources too thin, boys. All right, boys, tip number 4, team composition. Do not forget about the team composition. Yeah, it's tempting just to pick the favorite characters that you love, just put them on the team and try and go for it, but it's a gacha game, and chances are your team needs to be balanced. So think of your team like a band. You need a mix of instruments to make the music sound right, you know? So pro tip, let's go ahead and show y'all what we're talking about so far, or go into a battle real quick. So as you can see, that's not a really good one to show. Let me try 9-8 real quick. So as you can see, my team is comprised of 1 field assault, one assault, 1 tactical, and 1 support. 1 support and 1 tactical. My bad, I got them confused. So that's gonna be your main team comp. That's what you're gonna be running for every team. Same thing goes for my Bankai Ichigo's team. As you can see, we got one DPS, 1 support, and 1 tactical unit. So the tactical unit is gonna throw up their on-field support, like he has his Zenbo Zakura with his swords that come out of the sky and shit. He's amazing. DPS and then support for Kisuke. He's gonna be applying 30% slash damage to the team, plus his other buffs. So that's gonna be your main team comp. Remember, DPS, support, tactical. It's really not worth running 2 supports, losing out over the tactical. You're going to be doing so much better with tactical units and not just 2 supports, or, you know, just piling DPSs up on your team, not being able to get any buffs from it. So team composition does matter, and especially when you're going to the end game content, which is let me show y'all real quick. Trial, or not trial, challenge, trial tower. These are mono towers, right? You can bring like a slash unit to it, but chances are they're not going to be doing a whole lot for your runs, because enemies take 50% less non-spirit damage on the spirit tower. So say you're using Kisuke, his damage cut in half. It's going to get worse later on, I think, right? Yeah, 80% less non-spirit damage. So the longer it goes on, the more you need to run these mono teams. So that's gonna be it for that tip. On the next one, because we got quite a few actually to go through today. Alrighty, next pro tip: save your resources. Yes, I get it, gacha pulls are super tempting, especially when you see those flashy characters on the banners, but early on it's better to save your currency for special events or better pulls down the road, such as Annie, things like that, because you're not gonna get enough to get every single character you want, obviously. Now, say, let me go to my gacha real quick. This is what I have saved up so far, and that's only because I had to go to fucking 71 out of 80 for Toshiro, and goddamn almost went to 40 for his weapon stamp. But that's neither here nor there. You see how I summoned for Toshiro? I got what I wanted. I have nowhere near enough currency to summon for Gin next banner. That's not happening. I am not getting Gin. It's just not. That's a facade that I'm not willing to live in. I'm not summoning on Gin. I refuse, even though I love Gin as a character, because I am summoning for Aizen. You know why? He's going to be a spirit tactical person. Oh wait, is he tactical or is he support? Actually, no, I think he's support. He's support. So he's just gonna go so well for my blue team. Leading back to these mono towers that I was talking about, because you do need to plan your characters out. Now, Gin, I don't really recommend summoning on him. I recommend skipping and saving on him, because we do have Ikaku. Obviously, if you love Gin, go ahead and summon for him. But we do have Ikaku, and I don't even have him yet. I'm probably going to use my selector on Ikaku because I'm skipping out on Gin, because we do not have enough pull currency, unless you're wailing out, to summon on every single character. So this goes back to not stretching your resources too thin, boys. Save your pull currency. I have one of the worst problems with saving in a gacha game because I love gambling. I have an addiction. Don't succumb to it, chat. Just don't do it. Go ahead and save. Plan your pulls. It'll turn out better in the long run. But on to the next tip. Alrighty, we are back for the next tip. We're almost getting to the end, but please make sure you are doing your dailies. I'm begging you. Your dailies give you 2,000 experience per day. That's a lot of experience per day. They give you materials such as money, leveling up currency, such and such, blah blah blah. But the most important thing for your dailies is to go to I'm having a brain fart. Go to your trial in the realm of mutation. Now this is probably going to be what you want to spend your stamina on, and you also get 2 runs per day. Make sure you are doing your dailies, and the most important reason is to get these stamps. So if you don't know what these stamps are, they are basically like equipment, like artifacts in Genshin, echoes in Wuwa, things like that. So you're gonna get bonuses for the 3-piece and 2-piece, equipping it on a character, such as Bankai Ichigo's Rising Black Moon set, which is for the 3-piece. It increases your base attack by 18%. Each time a technique is released, increases special attack damage by 28% for 10 seconds, and it's unstackable. Now, the reason why this is so important is because you put these on your character, there are statuses that you get for it. Now, this is probably my most important piece right here. This is my most godly piece that I've ever rolled in the gacha game, period. I got a crit rate piece, which is very important for characters, and crit rate and crit damage substats that rolled into it. This is amazing fucking piece. But you really want to make sure you're getting these stamps for your characters, because it makes your character so much better. So like Toshiro, you would run the cone stamp, because the cone set, because increases ultimate damage by 30% each time a technique is released, increases basic attack damage by 36 seconds, or 36% for 8 seconds, and that is unstackable. And obviously, as you saw earlier, Toshiro is a basic attack spammer. That's where his damage comes from, is a lot of those basic attacks. So just go ahead and make sure you're using your stamina. Make sure you're doing your dailies. Everything that resets daily, log in and do. It takes less than 10 minutes to do, probably less than 5, to be honest, and you should be getting your level up there in no time by doing that. On to the next tip. All right, boys, this is going to be the last most important tip to the game. Do not burn yourself out, and do not try to, because unlike a lot of other gacha games, this one is very time gated. You're very locked behind what you can do level wise. Like a lot of other gacha games, you can literally go ahead, trying to get to it. My bad. Here, I can probably get to it through here. Trial. A lot of gacha games, you can just unlimited, use your paid currency and get your stamina up as many times as you would like. You can't do it in this game. You only got 6 per day that you can even do. And you're not going to be coming by these stamina pills a lot either right now. Well, actually, right now you are going to be getting quite a few, but I recommend just using them, leveling up, getting as high as you can right now. And this, like I said, this isn't one of those games where you can just grind out 8 hours a day, like do everything that you could possibly do in the game in a day. It's just not. You're going to be limited. And like Light says, that's a W, because that prevents a burnout. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope it helped y'all out at least a little bit, taught you something new. If you have any questions, go ahead and put it down in the comments below. And if you did like the video, please leave me a like. Please drop a subscribe. It'll help the channel out. This is my first video in 10 years. It's crazy. But I do want to get back into the gacha community. Go ahead and try and help people out, you know? I just like, and I enjoy helping people out, learning things about the games that they want to learn about. Because I have a gambling problem. I play too many gacha games, as y'all could probably tell by the intro earlier. I play too many fucking gacha games. I have a gambling addiction. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. Hope this helped y'all out, and peace.